They raise the cost of everything, while their employees struggle to survive on minimum wage.
So a standard company then.
And now, they own half of Athena. They have direct control of entertainment and advertisements, so we are under their thumb.
So a successful company then.
People give them money, labor, opportunity. All MK offers in return is an illusion.
Yeah, a successful company, that's basically what they do. Welcome to my humble abode. I'm York the Tail Spinner, and this... Tales over coffee. We'll start the day together with a narrative tale and a cup of coffee, the hope, welcoming a blessed day. We return now to Harmony, the Wall of Reverie. Starting Act 3, which I believe is the final act. Home, sour Homer, so he's back for better, or worse. As eccentric as they are, I'm glad I talked to Chaos. It helps me understand my mother a little better, but it's still a lot to take in. Naiads. I returned from Reverie to find the Naiads divided. We all retired to our separate room for the night. No one spoke, not even to say goodnight. I don't even remember falling asleep. I do remember the flashes of reverie that flickered through my mind as I tossed and turned. Impossible landscapes, incredible vistas, vivid surges of light glowing, refracting. A throne of sun-bleached bone. A shattered silhouette made whole. A heartbeat. In the morning I found Laszlo and Nora in the kitchen, no sign of Ursula. But Nora's fury, always a risk interacting with other people and living in the community. Bond opened a path into Chaos Maceview. We can't do weird mood with Chaos. You should have gone my way, well, truth way. Now you don't know what could have been your loss. Delving deep into Ursula's secret. These people seek to find Ursula. Can't do that. Laszlo's wrath. Power, you refused to go my way previously. Relying most on your own skills, look into Ursula. Kill one node. Alright. I find Laszlo alone by the stove, microwaving some hot chocolate for Nora. Won't come over to her room, neither will Ursula.
Nora's of the opinion your mother's actions are unforgivable.
The microwave emits 3 loud beeps.
And you?
Laszlo shrugs.
To be honest, Polly, it just reminds me of your mum going away when you were a kid. And even before that. I didn't bother to look for her back in the day. Knew she'd be back when she was ready. But this time, felt different. Made me nervous. When you were a kid, your mum always disappeared for a reason, and she'd always be back. With help or money or something useful.
I remember.
Back then, her unannounced absences were less disruptive. That was when she always came back and sorted things out in the end. She would sometimes leave a note in advance or a message on the answering machine after the fact. And even when she didn't, she wasn't gone for weeks on end without word. Nothing
Nora
like this.
was too young to remember. She doesn't understand it. So she's upset. Can't blame her. And your mum doesn't like feeling vulnerable. So they're both holed up in their rooms for now. What about you? How are you holding up?
Chips firmly on shoulders with those two, huh?
I guess you summed it all up. Am I mad? Yes. Am I surprised? Nope.
I went in low like that. Makes you feel that way. Not surprised by what they do, but makes you mad. Stay with Laszlo. Laszlo surely knows how to deal with Ursula. Not confront Ursula. Spend time with Nora. She might have something important to say. Let's do that. Let's talk to Nora. Honestly, Mum's on my bad list right now. Nora's not. I find Nora at the bottom of an empty pool right after breakfast. He's scrolling through the phone and doesn't seem to want to be disturbed. Ursula still hasn't come out of her
You
room.
can't avoid her forever.
You go. I'm not sure how I'd react to her right now.
That's fair.
Yeah. I sit down next to her and try to stretch my legs. Every fibre of my body feels tense.
I don't want to say anything I'll regret. I have all these questions, but I don't know if I really want the answers.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Indeed. We're living in constant and comfortable certainty. It's taking its toll on
I'm
everyone.
going to try and talk to her.
Good luck.
Time to talk. Can't stand the silence any longer. Mummy, dearest, a word in your shell, like if I could. I head to Ursula's door and knock a few times. No answer. I call her name.
What is it, Polyhymnia?
She knows how much I hate that name, but she always uses it. I knock again without replying, and at last she opens the door, looking weary. Her eyes catch on the necklace around my neck. Makes a point of showing she's noticed it. She knows I know too much, much more than I've let on. I thought she might shy away from it. Instead, she suggests we have a
I'm
chat.
sure you have so many questions. So many old wounds you'd like to reopen.
Oh, stop whining.
I will tell the truth. My truth. Although, there are certain things I'd like to keep to myself.
Sure you
For
would.
example, chaos?
Ah, so they told you. Not exactly surprising, but inconvenient.
My love for chaos is indeed a forbidden topic. It's too fresh, too strong to put into words. You may be Reverie's new oracle, but you're still my daughter.
It feels so strange hearing that title from my mother's voice.
I suppose they told you about Gloria's little dalliance with Monoconcern, too.
How did you...
No? Well, that started before I was cast out. Back then it was a minor issue, but now it is everything.
But no, I can't get distracted. I dropped my entire life on the mainland. My studies, my work, my friend. All to come looking for her, and now that I found her, my presence has barely registered. She hardly seemed scared at all. This is why I left in the first place. Distant parenting, huh? What is Ursula's endgame? The end of glory? Can't do that one. But mention Nora. Mentioning Nora, she's been really hurt. Can't do that one. So mentioning Nora, is that the only one we've got? Yeah, these are locked. Nora's the only one that's not. I tell Ursula about Nora's reaction. For a while she doesn't speak.
Nora and I have a lot in common. Much more than I thought. She'll understand.
I can't help but be a bit jealous. I'm not sure my mother would ever say the same about me.
She'll surprise you too.
I don't understand what this is supposed to mean, but Ursula won't say anything
I'm
more.
sorry to have scared all of you. Call it abandonment if you must, but I did not intend to come back.
Yeah, I think that's called abandonment. I mean, they are adults, but
Do you really think I went to MKHQ on a whim?
you're dating Chaos. I'm not sure what the hell you'd do. Not unlocked anything there. No. What's up with NK? Her expression is firm and
I
resolute.
left to stop them. I wanted to use their technology to return to Reverie for good, and to break the connection they fostered with Glory.
Did you find any leads?
She scowls, not necessarily at me, just at the world in general.
I did
Usual.
not have enough time. I need not remind you of the interruption. But I'm quite certain of MK's involvement. Their courtship of Reverie must end.
The partnership with Glory has already given too much power to Monoconcern.
They certainly do seem a powerful group. What about Jade? Gain a bliss crystal. Or Reverie gain a truth crystal. We've been with with Bliss all along. Bliss, it's all fun. It's fun to meet new people, but these two don't have much in common. Oh, that's blocked. MK and Reverie, we're going for truth.
Yes. They managed to reach out to Glory, thanks to a substance and some people.
Egregore.
Part of Atena's population has always been able to see the future. It was a gift from the aspirations to our island. This ability is enhanced by a substance called egregor.
She nods at the flash of recognition that crossed my face.
MK found out. They modified egregor to make it even more potent. And they started conducting tests on people to see if they would respond to it. These subjects, the prescients, became vessels. They could speak Glory's words to MK. This has been going on for a few years. And as a result, MK's power has grown. How do you stop a company that receives help from a god?
The question.
You can't.
I can understand her cynicism after what she experienced. I don't think the aspirations are gods. No, it doesn't sound like it. What about Jade? I actually knew about the prescience and the egregore.
I knew that MK had begun to communicate with Glory, but it would be some time before I understood how. Atena's prescients are usually unable to communicate directly with aspirations. They can only do so because of MK's modified egregor. And, for quite a while, I had no idea such a substance existed.
It's news to me too.
This new egregor. What does modified mean here?
In all honesty, I still don't know. It's more potent, that's for sure. Concentrated. It appears to have had an effect on Glory. She was never one for solitude, but now she's locked herself away in that pyramid of hers.
Or something's trapped her there.
Good point.
When I met Jade, she mentioned medical tests, MK and egregor, and I could guess what they'd been up to.
Yes, but did you guess right?
That's the extent of my knowledge. I have been trying to return to Reverie for the past 20 years. I knew that it was in danger, that it needed me, and now that I could communicate with it again. I cooperated with MK, hoping to find a way to return to Reverie and to free Glory from their grasp. I know how it sounds. I can hear myself, and I'm not proud.
She pauses for a moment, hands wringing themselves around one another.
After several weeks, I realized how wrong I was. The prescience, the modified egregor, was doing something to them.
What exactly?
So I decided to escape to Reverie. From there, I thought I could...
Did she intend to stay there with chaos, leave us all behind? Live a magical life of eternal love with a beloved aspiration? She doesn't finish a sentence. Instead, she simply waves a hand through the air in my general direction, dismissively. What a wonderful mother.
I was so close to success when you interrupted.
And I don't mean that a mother shouldn't live her own life, but when you just dump a loving family like that, you could at least let them know something. Set their minds at ease. There's a note in a voice that rings of pain and sorrow and missed opportunities. He's wounded, and I won't attack now. I won't attack. Ever. We have Jade's secrets. Have anything else read down here? Not there. No. We've got Nora's brochures and we've got Jade's secrets. Go with Jade first. It's gossip time. Which secret will we learn today? Don't like you, Chaos, but you do have a hand in this. I tell Ursula about my first impression of Jade.
After hearing Nora gush about her so much, I expected her to be different, I guess. She's so tired.
You don't understand. She's taken on an enormous task. It's exhausting to fight such injustice, especially for one so young. Every time we met, she looked more and more fatigued. Her mental health was suffering.
Oh, I bet.
Some of her friends enrolled in a medical program meant to provide assistance to lower-income residents. MK targeting the vulnerable. You know, they came back badly hurt. And it raised questions Jade could not ignore. Jade has more than one reason to be depressed.
Friends of hers?
Nora's very fond of her.
That's one way of putting it,
I'm
yeah.
not surprised. It's good that the two of them have been able to connect.
Oh, I think they've done a lot of connecting, honestly. Not that that's any kind of problem, of course. Mentioned Nora's brochure. She received these documents about MK's program. I tell Ursula about the brochures Nora received, about how she discussed overtures from MK with me, and then Jade, who warned her off in no uncertain terms. Ursula remained silent for a while.
Do not underestimate the amount of data MK has on the residents of Athena.
Oh,
it
sure.
would follow that they use this data to select targets and appeal to them accordingly.
If they have an aspiration imprisoned or working with them, either way, I have all kinds of things.
I hope they'll leave her alone.
Could Nora be a prescient? I won't say it out loud. I'm afraid she'd be mad if I revealed what might be a risky secret. Ursula doesn't say anything more. The silence between us stretches on. She seems to expect something from me. We can't do that one. We can do this one, it looks like. Can we not do that one? No, it's locked. We can do this. Condition here. None. We can do this. The last straw. I pushed too far. This node is inevitable. Lose a chaos crystal. Ursula's getting tired of all my questions. She won't meet my eyes and she keeps flexing her hands and fingers, almost as though her joints hurt. Without another word, she stands up and starts pacing around the pool, hands clasped behind her back. Usually, she gets very still when she's deep in thought. It's rare for her to have to walk it off. I wonder what she's trying to process. I try to keep my cool and wait for her to come back. Step toward redemption. Locked 2 nodes. Ursula reflects on the people she's hurt. Ursula sits down next to me and lets out a long sigh.
I will apologize to all of you. I'm sorry, Polyhymnia. Yes, I was being selfish, and the plan was absurd.
Just a wee
But
bit.
it almost worked, and if it had, this whole island would be rid of MK by now. You would all have been better off. For me, it was a one-way ticket to Reverie. But what is one life when you're acting for the benefit of thousands?
I never thought of it like that before. I would have lost my mother for good if her plan had succeeded. We look at each other for a moment, not in opposition or agreement, simply observe one another. It's almost surreal.
Now, we have other matters to discuss.
We're open down here. That is, try to empathize with Ursula. Confront. We didn't stay with Lazlo, so we can't do that. Being angry isn't important now, I just want to understand. I tell her so. Silence follows. As always, I have no idea if it means she's relieved or disapproved. She always thought I was too soft, too gullible, not assertive enough. I think she always wanted me to do better than her, but I never managed to live up to her standards. She looks at the necklace again.
You're probably the only one who can understand exactly what happened. Who I can tell the whole truth.
To whom? A journey into Reverie. Ursula paved the path I am now taking. Strangely enough, Reverie is one of the few things we have in common.
Does your disappearance have anything to do with Reverie?
Ursula smiles at the mention of it.
Of course. I had a great deal of unfinished business there, and I loved being the Oracle. I loved it as much as I loved being a poet. I'm glad someone can understand now.
I've never seen her so nostalgic. Interesting. Bond, does she have regrets? Everyone living with other people has them, but hers must be something to hear. Oh, we got why did it all end? I only know she didn't leave on purpose. Gain a power with you wish to compare yourself to your predecessor. When I was born, Laszlo was hiding something I did not want to dig up. It's locked. Let's hear what her regrets are then. Ursula takes a moment to reflect. Her thoughts seem to be miles away.
Regrets were for other people. I moved by instinct.
No wonder you loved chaos. Her voice feels tired for a moment. Instinct. The word feels like it's been heavy to carry around. The words that come after are equally as worn. She finds excuses for chaos, what they did. I can tell she's moved by the idea of what the world could have been without their love affair. I'm not sure I've ever seen her this vulnerable. It's sobering.
Things never end well for humans playing God, and they did not end well for me.
Chaos deserved better. They deserved a chance to become the heart, and I let my emotions cloud my judgment.
She drops her eyes to the floor for a moment. But then she's back in the room, staring at me with those piercing
We
eyes.
did everything we could to be together.
Why did it all end? Could maybe go that way, but let's go down here first. Do you compare yourself to your predecessor? A gaze lingers on the
I found
necklace.
the pendant while I was researching the Oxyons. I think someone, the previous Oracle, intended for me to find it. Reverie had only been without an Oracle for a short time.
When was this?
Oh, years ago, before you were born. Glory was the heart then. I knew I had to replace her, but I harbored no misgivings about her at the time.
So the
what
Oracle
happened?
becomes the heart, yes.
My opinion changed because of how she dealt with monoconcern. And Reverie itself changed my perception of the world. I wanted Chaos to be the new heart. No Oracle had ever chosen them, not one. They were all too cautious.
Unlike you?
Yeah.
Indeed. Chaos has the power to change the very fabric of our world. Radically.
Any of them could, if you think about it. Chaos could be the undoing of the fabric of the world. Then the wrong truth given at the wrong time can also be that. So, yes. Devotion to bliss is hedonism. That could certainly be the undoing of the world. You cannot do that. What's wrong with Glory? Chaos, did you ask all you wanted? Can't do it yet. This is another Chaos Crystal. Can't do it right now. A relationship Chaos. I know the end of it, but how? Why? I didn't expect my mother to have such a strong bond with Chaos of all aspirations.
Chaos isn't the wild child they appear to be. It's all just a facade.
You know how many people have dated someone claiming that kind of nonsense? And got themselves into an abusive relationship? Or a disastrous relationship, even if not abusive?
How did you end up together?
That's none of your business. Let's just say we both managed to come out of our shells. I'm aware we didn't deal with things in the best way, but we have no regrets. We did everything we could to be together.
To be fair, I've emigrated twice for love, so I can't exactly criticize her too much.
It wasn't merely about love, it was about them guiding humanity into its future. I still think they're the most capable replacement for Glory.
Yeah, that's because you're infatuated or in love with them. That's locked. Alright, so we have to go for this. What's wrong with Glory? Did you ask all you answered? Oh no, saving Reverie. Ah, that must mean we need one previous note. I have you. Okay. Saving Reverie, she suddenly looked at me with sadness. Ursula tells me that when she was the Oracle, she eventually spent more time in Reverie than in Brittle. She believed that helping the aspirations cooperate, encouraging them to act on humanity, was the best way forward.
For a while, I intended to return to Reverie to make amends, to ask them to forgive me. When I was cast out, I felt like I had lost everything, and that never quite faded away. But right now, Reverie needs to be saved. MK has tightened its hold on Reverie. I'm worried about Glory, and yes, I did want to be reunited.
No, not
with
did.
Chaos.
You still do.
That, I acknowledge, may sound silly to you, but it isn't to me. I'm not asking you to understand or even to respect it.
Right, it seems we can open the ears now. At the end of Glory, Ursula explains her plan. Ursula takes a long breath. She tells me she's going to explain what happened in more
You
details.
have questions, of course. And I expect you've received some information you hardly know how to handle.
I will explain in greater detail, but I ask that you don't interrupt me for the time being.
I nod. This is familiar territory. We went over the Don't Interrupt Me directive often enough while I was growing up.
Shortly before I was made to leave Reverie, MK managed to locate an access point to Reverie. At the time, I had no clue how they had done it. Glory didn't see an issue. Quite the contrary, in fact. She had brought so much progress to humanity, she thought the two worlds merging was the natural next step. So, she began to help them.
Oh, wonderful.
Glory acted as the most potent influencing tool you can imagine. She made people want more, always more. She predicted the future and swayed their dreams.
My discussion with Chaos is starting to make more
I
sense.
already hated MK. They were turning Athena into some kind of grotesque amusement park. It was all about expensive products, new technologies, influence, and appearances. They raised the cost of everything, while their employees struggled to survive on minimum wage.
So a standard company then.
And now, they own half of Athena. They have direct control of entertainment and advertisements, so we are under their thumb.
So a successful company then.
People give them money, labor, opportunity. All MK offers in return is an illusion.
Yeah, a successful company, that's basically what they do.
Monoconcern sells them a dream at an impossible price. That they can one day reach the life they aspire to, a life filled with leisure and success. A life where they will be wanted. A life with meaning and purpose. But in reality, this success is only to be enjoyed by a few. The rest of us are condemned to inadequacy.
We are getting into capitalism and current world theories, aren't we?
Condemned to work and push forward, only to realize we'll never be enough. Never reach the dream dangling like a carrot on a stick, because it does not exist.
Talk about inadequacy. This speech is the most my mother has deigned to speak to me in years.
And now MK cannot be stopped. I know they corrupted Glory. And while Glory is in power, people cannot outgrow that dream. Aspirations send dreams to people. They inspire goals. People won't stop yearning for more while Glory reigns. And now, she is little more than MK's puppet.
Interesting. That's also a comment on the human condition. The drive to improve, the drive to be something. The drive, gonna look at Maslow's pyramid for self-actualization. But also for possession, for power. Although not power, glory. Beast with two heads actually finally opens up, but now what? I tell Ursula about the situation in Reverie.
The other aspirations are worried about Glory. They can't reach her at all.
They're right to worry. I don't know what MK's modified egregor is doing to her, but she's likely not in good shape. No matter what you'll do next, Polyhymnia, I must warn you, I aim to continue with my plan.
Yeah,
I
we
want
know.
Glory deposed, and I want MK out of Reverie.
For the first time since the beginning of this conversation, I can hear their aspirations whispering at the back of my mind. Looks like we're choosing a aspiration. A scornful reaction. I followed Pow's advice. I know how Ursula was. Pity for the selfish. I know more about Ursula and Jade's relationship. We don't have 2 Chaos Crystals. We can't do that one. Got one of each of the other. Truth isn't built on lies. MK and Reverie are far more related than anticipated. And affection. Despite the trouble, Ursula told me how she feels about the plan. Have one bond crystal. Bliss has been with us from the start. Going with her first. Bliss's unbreakable egg. Bliss tucks her gamepad into one of her voluminous pockets and cocks her head to one side, thinking.
I understand. I'd have been gutted to be cut out of Reverie. I mean, it's much more fun here, and Ursula loved us, but she didn't think about us. We starved without an oracle to bring us egregor. And no egregor means we're half the aspirations we used to be, Sprout. It sucks, though. I feel sorry for her.
Interesting. There's a lot of commentary on basic psychology or pop psychology here. The different drives that we have for joy, for power, for fulfillment, etc., for community. And if you don't meet those drives, they either turn sour or they die off. Fascinating. Ursula isn't surprised to hear this.
Do you think I have no self-awareness? I know I was selfish, but I felt like I had lost everything. I didn't think I'd refuse to let go of my ties to Reverie, but I did.
And truth. MK and Reverie are far more related than anticipated. Truth buried temple. Despite their unusual icy aloofness, Truth seems vulnerable. Their stare is piercing as though they're trying to compensate for what they can't see.
Be careful with her, Harmony. Your mother is a human, playing God. She and Chaos threaten the very balance of Reverie. And now look at us. Uneven. Discordant. I forgive Chaos for imprisoning me. It is their nature. But to see how little our former Oracle has changed, it saddens me.
Yeah, well, I think you're preaching to the choir there. I think Polly's well aware of how her mother's been. Ursula isn't surprised by Truth's reaction. She smiles a little. I don't tell her that Truth sounds a bit intimidated.
Truth is certainly hoping you don't turn out to be a copy of your mother.
Wouldn't dream of it, Mummy dearest. I don't think we need to worry about that. We'll look at the other 2 options here. Bond. Ursula told me how she feels about her plan. Bond's estuary. Bond studies us both with keen attention to detail.
You may think your mother is selfish, Harmony, but her intentions are noble. She wants the best for all of our futures. I don't think I've ever met an oracle so keen on helping Reverie and Brittle. Your mother wanted us all to work together for the greater good, but her long-term vision required short-term sacrifices.
I relay Bond's message and Ursula is visibly moved.
Bond was always very dear to my heart. I am glad to hear even an echo of his voice again.
And that leaves power. Power's stronghold. The Iron Throne? Well, not quite. Power radiates a sense of stony hauteur.
Your mother thought she was stronger than all of us. She could have looked for a new oracle to help us. Instead, she refused to accept her fate, and she sought her own solution to our problem.
That kind of tends to be the human nature.
Very presumptuous
But a lot of
of
humans.
her.
Ursula asks me what I'm hearing. When I repeat it to her, she laughs.
Easy to say for someone who banished me from Reverie on the basis of some obscure celestial inhibition. There was nothing actually preventing me from being with Chaos. The aspirations just didn't think a human was good enough.
Yeah, I'm on your side in that particular case, just not necessarily overall. Choose one of the two next nodes. All right. We have a bond. We can gain a power and a bond. We have a truth. We can gain a truth and a bliss. Over here, we have if we have a power, we can claim a power and a bond, or a truth and a bliss. So in both cases, we can claim a truth and a bliss. We have bliss first of all. Oh no, lose a bliss. Oh. Instead of denying my anger, I embrace it. I have to tell her the
You
truth.
broke our trust. That hurt. But it hurt worse to see Laszlo and Nora in pain. Did you think we'd just move on? Never wonder where you'd gone? Never hoped you'd return? Did you think we'd forget you? Even when we came to get you, you were too proud to accept our help. Is it that inconvenient for us to love you? Is it such an imposition?
Ouch. I'm getting too worked up. My composure's hanging on by a thread. I need to take a deep breath. You seem surprised to see me so mad. I don't think I've ever really gotten angry at her before. Never like this. Once I'm done speaking, she nods.
Fair enough, my dear. I'd be mad if I were you. I thought you were all used to me pulling these kind of stunts.
Not like this. I just blew up at her. Why does she seem almost affectionate? Maybe she respects that. We do have a truth. We can get our bliss crystal back. No, we can't. Oh god, we've lost our bliss crystal. We can't do one of those now. We can do this, but we can't do that. Interesting. Gain a power, lose a bond. No, we can't do that. We can only take one of those. Ah. Certainly can't go that way. Alright, so we're moving forward. Ursula ends the conversation. You had your fun, Polly, but your time is up. Whatever vulnerabilities I managed to expose seem to disappear as Ursula regains her usual level of strict composure.
At least my time at MK HQ gave me an idea of what to do next. I'm not ready to share it yet. We'll discuss it tomorrow. After what you did, I'm certain MK knows we're onto them.
You reckon?
Get ready, Polyhymnia. You probably won't need to keep your secrets much longer. We're going to need all the help we can muster.
It's coming. That looks like it might be locked, is it? I have 3 chaos. We don't have any chaos right now. I have 1 truth and 1 power. 1 bliss. Unfortunately, we've lost our bliss crystals. We can't do that. I made a misstep back there. Not to worry. That's the thing with life. You misstep, you still carry on. Ursula smiles defiantly. Truth, power was right. She tried to resist your words, but you left her no choice but to hear them. Ursula stares at me for a moment, sparkling eyes. She looks at the pendant hanging on my chest again.
You've changed.
It makes it sound like a good
You've
thing.
become an adult. A grown woman. You saw on the Orgrill that the conversation could go this way, and you chose this path. You chose to challenge me. I'm quite impressed.
Right. They're not perfectly balanced. We don't have 2 Chaos Crystals. New Horizons. It's the beginning of a much broader quest. Ursula stands up.
You've set foot on a cosmic path, but you've only just begun. And now you know you have an enemy to face to preserve Reverie and Bristol. How you accomplish this is up to you alone. I have my own ideas about how to proceed. I'd like us to work together. But again, that's up to you.
She walks me to the door. I'm not sure what to think. Well, end of chapter. Act 3, Chapter 2 lies ahead. And that looks like it will be Act 3, Chapter 3, is it? I'm guessing. You'll see where we open here. Yana's warning. There's a buzz at my side. I pull myself out of bed and take a quick look at the time, 4 AM. I grab my phone. Yana, I need to see you, now. And that's where we'll pick up next time, my friends. In the meantime, enjoy your coffee. I hope you have a blessed day. And hit the like, comment, subscribe if you want to help the channel grow. Very well.